Welcome to the Stumpy and Bumpy show. I'm trying to be quieter, and I'm trying to be happier, because I was told that I look at my wife like I'm mad all the time on these videos. I don't even know if you can hear me. So probably can't even hear me. So welcome to the Stumpy and Bumpy show. I'm Stumpy.
I'm Bumpy.
And today we're going to talk about NF Awareness Month because it's May. And what is May, honey?
NF Awareness Month.
Cool. What do you want to say about it?
That's the condition that I have and 3 of our kids. And
is it a condition or is it a disorder?
It's either. Disorder seems like there's something about your order.
About your order.
So it's just a condition, a lifelong condition that causes tumors to form on the ends of the nerves inside and outside of the body. If I get really close, you could see one of the tumors right there and right here. That's NF, and I got them kind of scattered all over my body. And it's not glamorous. It is just what it is.
But it's worse for other people.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, so it's a very variable disorder, which means you could have a mild form or you could have an extreme form and have some deformities of the face or the body, legs, arms, so it's variable.
Are the tumors dangerous?
They can be. For the most part, NF tumors kind of just stay. They grow, they change, they do things. But for the most part, they aren't cancerous. But of course, being variable, they can turn cancerous and they can turn problematic. They can grow inside the brain. They could grow inside the body where they start affecting some of the organs and they push things out of the way, or they cause the organs not to function the way they should. Your extremities could be affected as far as like overgrowth. Large tumors, plexiforms can grow and cause some pretty severe disability.
And why does nobody know about neurofibromatosis?
I wish I knew that. I've had to educate more doctors than I care to. I don't know why it's not well known. It's the most common genetic disorder in humans of all time. It's like more than, you can read. Everyone knows this. Muscular dystrophy, people have heard that. They have Jerry Lewis to like promote awareness for that. I don't even know. More common than muscular dystrophy, which is like ridiculous and nobody knows about it.
Or multiple sclerosis, cystic fibrosis.
Yeah, I knew all those. I just didn't want to say all those, but yeah, because I don't pronounce them right or something. Anyway, it's the most common genetic disorder in humans, yet nobody talks about it. Nobody knows about it. There's not a face to be like, oh, that's the NF person. And nobody talks about it.
You do.
I do, but I wish I was more out there talking about it. So, hey, get me out there and let's talk about it. So the most common, I'm being distracted now. The most common genetic disorder in humans, and I'm not sure why people don't talk about it more. I guess it's just because it's not a pretty disorder. Not that those other ones are pretty. It's just different. It's just, I don't know.
Well, isn't autism and Asperger's linked in some ways with NF, and doesn't that affect communication abilities?
Yeah, they haven't like officially connected them, but there are a majority of people with NF do have some sort of autistic-like characteristics where it makes learning and communicating and all that stuff just a little more difficult or just unique to them. But it is pretty common to have autism-like things going on with this.
So between maybe autism, Asperger's, which creates a lack of ability to communicate, and maybe a lack of desire to communicate because people are afraid to be out in public with their tumors, because from some of the stories I've read, people really get made fun of. They're afraid to be seen in public. Between those two things, there's going to be less communication.
Of course. I could understand it. I mean, for a long time, I felt that way. I didn't want to go out, or if I did go out and someone looked at me too long or stared at me in a certain way, I was thinking, they're looking at my tumors, and so why would I want to venture out and especially put my face out there and be a speaker? But then, NF needs a voice. NF needs people to come out and talk about it. I mean, at work, I run into thousands of people a day, some days. And so I'm out there, and I do have on occasion people asking me about, what these bumps and stuff are. And I sometimes even have, at one point I had one lady say, hey, and I don't want to embarrass you or anything, but do you happen to have neurofibromatosis? And I said, yeah. And she's like, my sister has NF, and I just think it's great that you're out there, I guess, working. It kind of made me feel like, I don't know, like, right. Yay for you for working, but I have to work, so it is what it is. So, but yeah, I would love to be more out there. I'd love to speak with Reggie Bibbs and get out there on a stage with him, because he does have a more extreme version of NF, and it would be really cool to be on stage with him, or not on a stage, just out there speaking with him.
Right.
Doesn't even have to be on a stage. We don't have to be, in the lights or anything. But I'd love to be out there, showing how variable NF is. And
being an advocate. That's what you do. You're an advocate and you're an educator, and that's why you created Thriving with Neurofibromatosis, Definitely. The blog, the book, some of the products that are involved in that, T-shirts Absolutely. And bumper stickers, and
that's
such.
why we're doing this. This is
Stumpy and Bumpy.
It's a weight loss kind of get healthy kind of thing, but it's to promote awareness for why he's stumpy and why I'm bumpy, and that's the whole point of this video, is to and to put our faces out there and to inspire and educate. Yeah, we have.
Now we have the vacuum going.
We have a guy working on our bathroom, and so he's like back and forth, and yeah.
So I don't know if you can actually hear us now with the vacuum going, but I almost want to just tell him to stop.
No, it's okay.
But,
just let him do it. If he finished sooner, if he doesn't have to start and stop. So,
all right, so you went out and you worked out today.
I did. Right after I dropped Bailey off at Baby. Why are you pushing me forward?
Sorry, because I want to make sure you can hear you.
I'm sure they can.
But now they can.
So yeah, I just dropped Bailey off at babysitting and went and worked out and helped clean up my son's bedroom. So this is really disgusting. Sorry.
Your son's room is disgusting. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like disgusting, but it's like messy, just like typical teenage mess.
So are you keeping track? Are you going back down? Or are you going up? Or are you staying the same?
I was down like 1.4 pounds today or something.
Hey,
like
way
that.
to go!
So yeah, and I was pretty bad yesterday. I had a couple cookies and stuff.
A couple cookies.
That's what I said. They just.
But you had Costco chicken too, and that was pretty much it, right?
I did. Those cookies though, they were just sitting there, and it just. I don't know how it happened.
Just popped in your mouth.
I just don't know how that happened.
That'll happen. 5 of them popped into my mouth along with half a Costco chicken, but that's all I ate yesterday. I worked out today. I'm down 1.2 pounds.
Yay.
So, no, sort of. I'm down to 214.2, so I'm down. But we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that. This is day 12 of the 30-day challenge. Day 2 that I've worked out. Second day out of 3 you've worked out. So we're pushing. We're kind of back on track, and
I made some stir fry.
Hoping that you're going to get back on track. That I cannot smell the stir fry, but I'm going to go eat some of it here, even though I had a couple of cookies today. But I'm trying to get back on the wagon. If we can get all these cookies eaten and out of here, then I'll be totally back on the wagon. That's the way it is. So Thanks for watching. NF is something we want people to know about. I encourage you in the month of May to look up more on neurofibromatosis, educate yourselves, talk to people. In the meantime, go out, have a win anyway day, and
thrive on.
Because we'll be back tomorrow.